Human Rights Watch, the Israeli human rights organisation B'Tselem have all described Israel as an apartheid state. Are you not aware of that? Are you not aware of the offence that causes to people of Sheffield that apartheid flag is flying from our town hall? Are you not aware, we said in that letter, that as we saw that wonderful description of the history going back all those decades of the oppression of the Israeli state against the Palestinian people, are you not aware that this predates October the 7th? Are you blind to the history here? Are you unaware, as a leading Labour politician, of the injustice that's been done to the Palestinians for decades? How dare you use your authority as a Labour council to raise that flag because you've been asked to by a Tory government? We know which side the Tories are on. We know which side they're on. I remember Margaret Thatcher shaking the hands of General Pinochet, whose hands were covered in blood with the murder of tens of thousands of Chileans under his brutal right-wing dictatorship in the 1970s. I remember Margaret Thatcher congratulating the apartheid regime and denouncing Nelson Mandela and the ANC as terrorists that should be shot in prison. So we know which side the Tories are on. It's no surprise that they're supporting an Israeli state that's oppressing the Palestinian people. But we say, here in Sheffield and right across this country, we do not accept you giving blind support to the Israeli state. Not in our name. Not in our name. Not in our name. It's not just that they're saying they're backing Israel unequivocally and without criticism, bad though that is. We are supplying arms to Israel, and we've just increased the number of arms we're sending there. We've sent part of our Navy there to the East Mediterranean to back up the Americans in supporting Israel. And now that the bombs are falling on Gaza, and Israel claims, oh, we're targeting Hamas. None of us believe that. It's plain to anybody to see. Those bombs are falling indiscriminately on a densely populated residential area in what is actually the world's largest open prison, blockaded by the apartheid Israeli state. How can our political leaders be blind to that injustice? How can they be blind when it's there in front of all of our eyes that ordinary women and children in Palestine are being killed, maimed, their buildings destroyed, even hospitals and schools have been targeted? We don't believe for 1 minute that is targeted destruction of Hamas. That is a genocidal, brutal attack on the Palestinian people and apartheid Israeli state, and we're standing here to say we're not prepared to accept that. And I want to say also to you, I want to say to all of you, a really big thank you for coming out here on a Wednesday lunchtime when you probably had better things to do, but you're coming out here in your huge numbers right across our communities here, where we've had rallies at the City Hall. Week after week you've turned up in bigger and bigger numbers, and you know, I get a real feeling of gratitude that the communities of Sheffield have welded together as a fantastic humanitarian force for justice. You should be proud of yourselves for being here today. Black and white, working class people, families, communities right across Sheffield. We're the people on the right side of history. We know what's right when we say We are not prepared to accept injustice, and we will stand solidly with the Palestinian people until they are liberated and until they get their freedom. And I want to just say something else. We've come under attack as a movement, haven't we? By the media, by Suella Braverman, and by the right-wing establishment. For apparently we are a horrible lot standing on the wrong side of history. And what they've accused us of is being anti-Semitic. Well, we're not anti-Semitic. We've absolutely proved that in absolutely every rally, that we are not anti-Semitic. We stand together, Jews, Palestinians, and the humanity of our world together against the injustice of an Israeli state. Yes. And they said that we've said Palestine will be free from the river to the sea, that that is somehow anti-Semitic. And yet we've always explained in every single rally that we said we want a Palestine that is free for Jews and Palestinians to live together. Contrast that with the new far-right and actually fascist people within Netanyahu's government who are calling for an Israel from the river to the sea that is for the Jewish people only. They are the dangerous people. The Zionists who are currently ethnically cleansing the West Bank whilst we're looking at Gaza. Palestinians are being killed there. Settlers are being allowed free rein to come down from their hilltops that they've illegally occupied and shoot at Palestinian farmers and their families and drive them off the land as part of that wider goal of the real far-right Zionists to reclaim the West Bank in particular, which they call Judea and Shemaiah, and they want it as a greater Israel, and they think they've got an opportunity to do that, and we have to be absolutely clear. We have got our eyes wide open. We are watching you, and we are not going to let you get away with that injustice. And we're not going to let Sunak and Starmer speak for us when they allow these war crimes to be taking place. Starmer, particularly you, the leader of the party that you expelled me from, I have to say, shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Today, I want to say a big thank you to the Green Party for putting forward such an impressive motion. It's really, really important. We want that passing today. And the Labour councillors here need to think very, very hard. I want them to support that motion. I want them to stand together with the Greens. I want them to stand together with all of us and say we will not stand for injustice. We demand an immediate ceasefire. We demand an end to the occupation. We demand an immediate solution to the injustice that is the settler colonial state of Israel oppressing the Palestinian people. And we need freedom, liberation, and justice for the Palestinians. And we'll continue to fight until we get it. Thank you very much.